Hey everybody, it's Live AJ with a multi-tool review. A couple of them actually. We're going to talk about the SOG variety, SOG Powerlock and Powerassist, which would be heavy-duty multi-tools, full-sized, and they're both almost identical as far as size goes, just a little bit different in their functionality. They are 7 inches in total length without the blade sticking out. I've got to get this thing closed. 7 inches total length, 4.5 inches closed. I'm not sure on the width, but fairly wide. Inch, almost an inch. And they both weigh 9.6 ounces. So, let's start with the similarities on these two excellent multi-tools. Well, they're both by SOG, and the biggest similarity that is more or less proprietary to SOG is this gearing system that they use, and I forget exactly what they call it, but it's gears. Simple as that. There you can see a little bit better. This is a newer model, updated version, and they kind of wanted to get the gears out of the way more. These I think are exposed a little bit, maybe not. Anyway, what's the purpose of these things? Well, for one, allow you to open your multi-tool crazy fast and close it just as fast. Kind of like a butterfly knife. There we go. Getting good at it. I'll tell you this, watch out for those. If you got your finger in there up high enough, you're going to be hurting for certain. So if you get one, I recommend holding about here, and then you won't have any problem. So I think you realize by now these are a fun multi-tool to have, providing they don't get gummed up with dirt and things like that. I think I put some WD-40 in here and got it all oiled up nice. And so the pliers as well. These gears are working with the pliers, and SOG advertises it as being able to give you twice the gripping strength as compared to conventional multi-tools. Does that equal to a normal pliers? I don't know. Maybe it's more, maybe it's not. And maybe it's too much, as I'll show you in a bit. So that's basically, obviously they're both black. They've got similar tool sets, but the differences, you can see you've got your tools in there underneath these handles that can be removed, and I'll tell you right now, they do not hold real well. I had to bend these, this is on mine, so that they sit over here nicely. But if you're gripping hard, they tend to kind of slide out of their pivots here, and then I'll just, oh, there, I took it off. But so if it's not seated and you don't realize that it came up like that, I guess it will close. I was going to say it doesn't close, but I don't know. Just be aware of it. That is the power lock, by the way, if I didn't specify. Now for the power assist, you've got these cool external blades. There it goes. I thought I hadn't had the safety on. But yeah, they, you know, what would you use these for? Well, I guess if you didn't want to carry a separate pocket knife and you wanted to access your blades quickly, and again, add a cool factor, because this is the only multi-tool I've ever seen to have spring-assisted blades. Pretty much full size. 440, 420 steel makes up these entire tools, both of them, blades included. So, not great. I mean, it's a multi-tool steel blade, if that makes any sense. You unlock them by raising that. So, they do lock. Added plus. This one really flies out. You're serrated. I just noticed dual thumb studs. Why in the heck would you need dual thumb studs? Well, the cool thing about these knives is that everything is replaceable. So if you wanted, you could switch these blades out, you know, for, I guess, depending on which hand dominant you are. And to be honest, guys, I just realized that, and that's my explanation for it, which seems logical. Yeah, I kind of made it up, but I'm sure that's what it's for. So, cool, added touch. One thing I would advise, and I've seen it happen, is this tool got dusty and these blades tended to stick, meaning they didn't open real well. I can't remember if they didn't lock either. I'm sure they probably did lock, but this isn't gonna function as normal under heavy dust or dirt situations. So what would you use it for? Well, heavy duty working, a plumber, electrician, all kinds of uses. And if you want more tools or have a designated knife, this is your tool. We'll get into that in a second. We'll start with the pliers here. Look at that. How about that? A silver pliers head on a black tool. That must be a special edition run or something like that. Actually, that's a I'm too hard on my pliers and like to bust things. That's the club you gotta be in if you want to get one of these babies. One of my friends got this, and I think he was pulling a cotter key or something like that, and ended up snapping the pliers, selling it to another one of my friends. He emailed SOG telling him what happened, and they sent him that one in the mail. Now, I've got the broken pliers head. Check that out. What does this tell me? That's probably a fault of the casting more than anything. I mean, it was probably used a little bit too hard, but that would have happened no matter what, is what I'm kind of saying. There was probably a stress crack or fracture there that caused that to just break. Now, a neat thing, as I was saying, is that SOG allows you to pretty much interchange anything on your own with simple, are they Allen screws or Torx bits? There they are. Simple enough. So that's what happened. And now this is a memento of the excellent warranty service at SOG, and of course that I'm too hard on my pliers club. But it's kind of neat to see too how this just drops in with the gears around it, and then the gears operate almost completely separately from the pliers, but that's how everything operates. So it's something to consider. Let's get into the tool sets here. On this one, you've got the V cutter. Now, I don't know if this is very good of a cutting tool, but we're sure going to find out. I've got my handy blister packing here. Oh gosh, give me a break. Oh, there it goes. How about that? Wait, only one. Shucks, dang it. Cool. That's a very small opening. I don't really know why it's all riveted together, but let's compare that to my reference cutting tool, the Triage 916. Come on, look at that. Just right through it. Oh, making a mess here. Once you get it started, so that's giving me a little bit of grief too, but at least it's cutting. There. Just gotta get it started. Much better cutter. Is that hard to tell? No. This one might be easier to replace. This one probably is replaceable. If you need a safety cutter, I wouldn't buy this tool for that purpose only. This I would. Might open letters all right. The other thing I wanted to point out before I get into more of the tools is this newer version. Oh, gotta watch that. Has these accordion style locks, they call them, where there's one lock for every tool. This is pretty much a gimmick compared to the old style, which was just one flat bar. They both work fine, but this is just the new hype, and that's all it is hype. This older style I've never had any problem with, just so you're aware. Okay, this tool has kind of a clumping problem, meaning that everything comes out at once or nothing comes out. Okay, you've got your can opener with your small screwdriver. Excellent can opener, Swiss Army or Victorinox variety. Works great. Simple medium to large flathead screwdriver. something to consider. If you don't like the clumping, this probably isn't your tool. Phillips screwdriver. There's another blade with a bottle opener. And I'm making sure I got all these. Okay, V cutter they call it, can opener, screwdriver. Okay, and then you've got your three-sided file. Let me fold that in. Three-sided file with what I would say would be almost a screwdriver tip. How do the tools lock up? Multi-tool ish. There's a little bit of play. How about the blades? These babies are almost rock solid. Just for reference, got a ruler. It's pretty neat. And a little lanyard hole. Pliers obviously is real fine needle nose. Beefs up fairly well towards the base. You've got hard wire cutters, regular wire cutters, and then, as I showed you before, your cap crimper, wire crimper, whatever that would be, down on the bottom. Lock up, or the pretty precise, I would say. No complaints at all. So, I want to show you something quick here. This is kind of the cool thing you can do with these pliers. Focus, focus. You can't see it real well because I'm having some focusing issues, but but it's holding itself, and that's kind of what those gears do. There you go. See, I mean, they're not gonna hold forever, or it's not a real tight grip, but there it is. So quickly, let's cover the tools here. These covers are a little bit tighter, like I'd said. How about a scissors? Would that be better than that V cutter? We're gonna find out. And remember, the nice thing about these SOG tools is you can switch everything on them. Ooh, that's cutting pretty nice. Yeah, if you got a little time, I would say that these scissors work well. A little slower, but I love scissors, and that's why I got this one. Don't open the widest, but they're beefy enough, and they work just fine for what I've needed them. So, what else we got in here? Let's clump a few. Grab a clump of tools. Oh, you got the 1/4-inch bit driver. That's pretty neat. I've actually never used it. And it locks like that as well. That's the only tool that I know of that does that. And I'm sure it's just got a different, or an extra detent in the tool itself. But like I said, I've never used it, so can't be that important, at least not for me. You got your same bottle opener with driver. Here's the blade. Check this baby out. I have worn that. That's pretty cool. I've actually haven't used it a lot. That's just how poor the finish wears. It's still pretty cool. Not very sharp. Chisel ground, that's something to consider. The other blades on here are conventionally ground on both sides. Half serrations, whatever. This isn't my primary blade, so on the other side, same file, same can opener, screwdriver, another screwdriver, the awl. That sucker is nice for punching holes in just about whatever you'd like. Very sharp. Good tool. And then you've got your saw, and I've used this too. Cut a shovel handle. A couple of them actually. They were too long for what we needed them for. Sawed them off. Good saw. Still, you know, a little loose. Whatever. So, there's a quick review of both of these tools. And again, it kind of comes down to what you want to use them for. If having blades that are spring assisted is really important to you, this is your tool for about $65. If you want something with a couple extra tools, then the Powerlock is your tool for about the same price. They are also available in EOD models, which are more, I don't know, explosives, demolition, military based, and in satin finish. Real quick, the sheath that it comes with, not very impressive, just a normal sheath. Nice clip there. I gotta show this to you. It locks in well. See how that comes under the plastic there? Holds itself on well. I don't think that clip would come off. Velcro will wear out over time. You might wear holes in the nylon from the tool being on there. But you can get more sheaths. So, hope you enjoyed it. This is the SOG Powerassist and the SOG Powerlock. Thanks for watching, guys.